What if I told you there's a country with over 170 million people, a fast-growing economy, and one of the lowest startup costs in the world, yet most global entrepreneurs completely ignore it? Sounds like a missed opportunity, right? Most people get this wrong, but here's why. When people think about starting a business internationally, they focus on flashy markets: the US, Europe, Dubai. But the surprising truth about Bangladesh is this: it's one of the fastest growing economies in Asia, with rising demand, a massive workforce, and huge gaps in supply. And that's where opportunity lies. But here's the problem: if you don't understand how the system works, starting a company in Bangladesh can feel confusing, slow, and overwhelming. And that's exactly where most people give up. So in this video, we're going to break down exactly how to register an LLC in Bangladesh, step by step through a real story. So by the end, you'll not only understand the process, but also whether this market is worth your time. Let's start with the story. Meet Jason. Jason runs a small sourcing business in the US. He connects suppliers with buyers and earns a margin on each deal. One day, a client asks him a simple question: can you source directly from Bangladesh? At first, he hesitates. He's heard of Bangladesh mainly for garments, but he's never done business there. But then he starts researching, and what he finds surprises him: low manufacturing costs, expanding industries beyond textiles, and a growing demand for international trade. Now he's curious, and curiosity leads to action, because sometimes the biggest opportunities are hidden behind assumptions. Now, before we follow Jason further, let's understand what an LLC in Bangladesh actually is. In Bangladesh, the equivalent of an LLC is called a private limited company. And here's why it matters: it offers limited liability protection. That means your personal assets are generally separate from your business. Simple, but essential. Now here's where things get interesting. Bangladesh allows foreign investors to own companies. Yes, you can start a business as a foreigner, but here's the catch: the process involves multiple steps, approvals, and documentation. And this is where most people get stuck. But not Jason, because he understands something important. Complexity is often where opportunity hides. Now let's walk through the process step by step. Step 1: choosing your company name. Sounds easy, but here's the problem: your company name must be unique and approved by the Register of Joint Stock Companies and Firms, also known as RJSC. And here's the surprising truth: name clearance is a formal step. If your name is too similar to an existing company, it will be rejected. So Jason prepares multiple name options, because smart entrepreneurs don't rely on one idea. They prepare for friction. Now step 2: drafting the memorandum and articles of association. This is where things become technical. These documents define your company's purpose, its structure, ownership details, management rules, and here's the key: these documents must be precise, because errors here can delay the entire process. Jason works with a local legal expert. At first, it feels like an extra cost, but later, he realizes this is what keeps everything smooth. Now step 3: opening a temporary bank account. Before registration, you may need to deposit the initial capital into a bank account. And here's something most people don't expect for foreign investors: this step involves bringing funds into Bangladesh through proper channels. This is where things get serious, because documentation must match financial transactions. Jason completes the step carefully, because he knows mistakes here can cause delays. Now step 4: submitting documents for registration. Once everything is ready, your application is submitted to the RJSC. This includes name clearance certificate, memorandum, and articles, director and shareholder details, proof of capital deposit, and then you wait. This is where it gets uncomfortable, because timelines can vary. And this is where most people lose patience. But Jason doesn't, because he understands this is part of the process. And then his company is approved. Now everything changes, because he officially owns a business in Bangladesh. Now step 5: obtaining a trade license. But here's the problem: registration is not enough. To operate legally, you need a trade license from the local authorities. And this is where many people get confused, because they think registration equals operation. It doesn't. Jason applies for his trade license, and now his business becomes operational. Now step 6: getting a tax identification number. This is essential, because without it, you cannot comply with tax regulations. And this is where things become official, because now, your business is part of the system. Jason completes this step, and now he's fully compliant. Now step 7: VAT registration. Depending on your business activity, you may need to register for VAT, and this is where it gets detailed, because tax rules vary. Jason consults an accountant, and this is one of the smartest decisions he makes, because understanding taxes is not optional. Now step 8, opening a permanent business bank account. This is where your company becomes fully functional, because now you can receive payments, manage finances, and operate efficiently. Jason completes the step, and finally everything is in place. Now let's pause for a moment, because you might be thinking this sounds like a lot of steps. Is it really worth it? And that's the right question, because this is where the story shifts. 6 months later, Jason's business looks completely different. He's sourcing directly from Bangladesh. His costs are lower, his margins are higher, and because he entered early, he faces less competition. This is the hidden advantage. But let's be real, Bangladesh is not perfect, and this is where it gets serious. Bureaucracy can be slow. Processes may require local assistance. Infrastructure can vary depending on location. This is where it gets dangerous if you try to do everything alone without local support. You can make costly mistakes, but if you approach it strategically, you unlock a powerful market. Now let's bring everything together. Registering an LLC or private limited company in Bangladesh involves choosing a company name, drafting legal documents, opening a temporary bank account, submitting registration documents, obtaining a trade license, getting a tax ID, registering for VAT, opening a permanent bank account. Simple steps, but powerful outcomes. And here's the deeper insight most people miss. This isn't just about Bangladesh. It's about perspective, because most people chase easy markets. But smart entrepreneurs, they look for growth markets. They look for gaps. They look for leverage. And that's where real opportunity lies. Now here's the question you need to ask yourself. Are you following the crowd or thinking ahead? Because the answer to that question will shape your future. And if you've stayed with me this far, you're already thinking differently. You're not just chasing comfort. You're exploring opportunity. And that's what makes you business-minded. So if this gave you value, if it opened your eyes even a little, make sure to subscribe, because we're diving deeper into global business, smart strategies, and hidden opportunities that most people never even consider. And trust me, the next opportunity you're looking for might be in a place you've been overlooking all along.